Hi, I'm Maggie.
And I'm Nicole. Welcome to the DAC Dyslexia and Coffee podcast. We're so happy you could join us. We're both moms and dyslexia interventionists who want to talk about our students and children. What dyslexia is, how it affects our kids, strategies to help, and topics related to other learning disabilities will also be covered in this podcast. Parents are not alone, and we want to give voice to the concerns and struggles we are all having. This is a safe place to learn more about how to help our children grow and succeed in school and the world. Grab a cup of coffee and enjoy the conversation.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 98
Wow.
of Dyslexia and Coffee podcast. Wow. Every once in a while, those numbers just really get me.
Yeah, we have 2 more till 100.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, we should do something fun.
We should.
Listeners, quick, write in. We're going to start today's episode just like we have every single time, which is with the concept of the week. So the concept of the week is our opportunity as practitioners to kind of peel back the curtain a bit and let everyone into an intervention session. We like to teach about things that either we would teach directly to one of our students or to their family members. This week's concept of the week is auditory processing. Yet again, one of those concepts I think is very misunderstood. So I'm going to walk you through. Auditory processing involves the complex neurological process of taking sound waves that are gathered by our ears and turning them into meaningful, usable information. So this is the process that allows us to understand speech, follow directions, recognize where sounds are coming from, all that good stuff. So the things that take the actual physical sound waves and makes meaning in our brain. Sometimes this just gets confused with hearing. No, hearing is just receiving the waves.
Correct.
Auditory processing is making meaningful information out of that.
Correct. So, episode 98 is dyslexia and following directions. Okay.
This can come as a surprise to people.
It can, yes.
Students with dyslexia often have difficulty following directions.
And there's more than one reason why.
Exactly. Right. It's not simple noncompliance.
Correct.
Sometimes it looks like that. And
it's not.
It's not. There's more going on underneath, and we want to talk about why.
Mm-hmm. So I guess the first reason that it can be a struggle is because of weak working memory.
Yes.
So dyslexic brains have a much harder time temporarily storing and manipulating information in their short-term memory.
Yes.
So when they get multiple tasks at once, they might forget later steps when trying to process the beginning, first step.
Yep. Or they might only remember the last step because it's the last thing they heard.
Correct.
They're not, or the whole middle is missing. I mean, there's like a whole lot of things that are happening with working memory. If our working memory is poor, we cannot make the transition to long-term storage.
Correct.
It's not possible.
It's why repetition is so important with our students with dyslexia, because we have to get it into that short-term memory or working memory.
Yep.
So it can get into long-term memory so that they can recall it later.
Exactly that. Dyslexic individuals often struggle with auditory processing, and this makes sense, right? Almost all of our dyslexic learners, their primary deficit is that phonological awareness part. Guess what? That's auditory processing. Yes. So it's incredibly important. And not only the auditory processing, but also sequencing.
Right.
Yes.
So not only can they not sometimes remember the verbal directions just because they're still trying to process the auditory input.
Yes.
They can't always sequence the steps
Right.
in a logical order because that takes another part of the brain too.
You know, and our dyslexic learners, some sure could have a hearing impairment, but most don't.
Correct.
Most of the time, they are hearing you perfectly fine. Nothing is wrong with their hearing. It's the processing. That's what's happening next.
Correct.
That's where we're breaking down.
Yes. And then also, there's those co-occurring conditions that we have with dyslexia, right?
Yes.
ADHD, which that impacts executive functioning, attention span. And if your attention is not quite on par, then you miss instructions.
Yeah, right? If we are not attending, we are not learning. The end.
We cannot follow a direction.
We can't. We cannot. Just kind of a reminder for those playing along at home, dyslexia and ADHD, right? If you are a person with ADHD, it is 50% likely that you also have dyslexia. So we're not talking about a small Venn diagram here, right? The middle part of our Venn diagram is pretty big.
Correct. So how can we help our students follow directions a little bit better?
Yes.
Well, there's definitely some very good strategies out there, right?
Yes.
So, number one, do one step at a time.
Mm-hmm.
One-step directions instead of multi-step directions are going to be so much easier for them to follow.
Right. Especially at first.
Right.
Right. Give them one thing to do. Wait. Let them finish it. Then move on.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Make it visual. Have some visual aids. Maybe a written list or a gesture so the student doesn't just have to rely on their auditory memory.
Yes.
They can also see it.
Yes, absolutely. Right. We have like physical little plastic checklists at our house that have like little buttons that are check marks and they can move them.
Too.
It really helps.
It does help.
I use them. I use them for me.
What happened earlier today, Maggie, with me?
Yeah.
A timer went off.
A timer went off. Oh, yeah, by the way, you do have to get your daughter.
We were about to start recording, and my alarm started going off, and I'm like, what? Oh, my gosh.
Oh, my goodness.
So,
Exactly.
there you go.
Right.
So, yes, you can also have a timer.
Yep.
Check for understanding. Did you hear me? Ask the child to repeat the directions back to you in their own words. You know how hard that is?
It's so difficult, and like the not stopping at the just, did you hear me? Because they probably did. Just because they heard you does not mean they can process the information.
Correct. But if they can repeat it back to you, then you know they understood
it. Exactly. And it's another chance for them to hear it again.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
And be very clear for like reference points, right?
Yes.
So like avoid abstract. Like go left, go right.
Mm-hmm.
Actually give them a landmark.
Yep.
Like turn by the red brick building
and then give them the direction to go in. Like turn by the red brick building, go to the library. Instead of left and right, because our students with dyslexia struggle
with left and right.
It's very, very difficult for them. A lot of the students that I work with learn to wear a watch or a bracelet or something that really like almost never leaves their body. And that's often how they learn to recognize their left and right.
Yeah, definitely. Because that is a very hard one.
It is really hard.
Also, I think repeating things is okay. Like, I mean, I think sometimes people think that that's not something.
Right. They should have heard me the first time. Like,
no. No, they're not.
They're not
going to.
They're not going to. And if you're having this frustration over and over and over again, okay, there's a breakdown happening.
Correct.
Something else is going on. When it is written instruction, right? A lot of this has been talking about verbal instructions.
Correct.
When it's written instructions, having bullet points instead of just a block of text makes a huge difference. And by the way, not just for dyslexic brains.
Correct.
These are things that work for universally.
Yeah. And also remember kind of where they're at with their reading if you're going to do text directions. Because if it's above their reading level, they're not going to be able to understand the directions.
Right.
At all.
It just makes me get, so it reminds me of Nicole and I were just in a training this week, right? For working with kids with dyslexia and reading difficulties in general. Right. And some of the example text that they were showing, even as like good examples, still had so many words on the pages that were not simple language. And even some of the posters that were shown as good examples of anchor charts, which inside our baseball are just kind of the things that we have on our wall that we can touch and look at and show students very simple things. Those still have so many words.
Yes, that are very, very difficult.
Even with an older student and even with adults, little infographics work very well. Pictures don't have to be babyish.
No.
They don't have to look, it's okay to use a visual type schedule with an older student, and with adults, just be mindful of what that looks like.
Correct.
They're really helpful and absolutely help me. Also just this week, right? We are discussing ways to help. We've hired an awful lot of people in the last year and a half. Our staff has more than doubled in the last calendar year. And we were brainstorming ways just this week as a staff. How can we help our new people understand what is expected, and how do we get them up to speed and make them feel supported? And one of the ideas was like, what about just a checklist? And I was like, yes.
That makes so much sense.
Why? Absolutely. I want one for me,
Yeah. Because when we hire people, we have a checklist for that.
Right. Exactly. So it's like, what do we do when we start a new client, right? Oh, okay. Having those very clear steps, it makes a big difference. Another example of something we're doing as a business is we have Scribe, right? So an AI tool that takes screenshots of exactly what we're doing, so that we can send it to people, and it will take, a physical screenshot. So helping people with dyslexia learn how to follow directions is just helping everybody's brain.
And just everybody.
It's just everybody's brain.
Everybody.
I think it's kind of a shift for a lot of people when we're talking about helping students with disabilities be better at tasks or just learn and grow. It's like, oh, actually all brains would benefit from this. All people would benefit this. It's just that it's critical and necessary for our students with disabilities. Just like structured literacy, what we do, our main goal here, right, or our main service here is that structured literacy intervention. It's just very good teaching. it would benefit absolutely everybody to do this kind of intervention. It's just that it's critical for anybody who has a learning disability.
Correct.
Yeah. It's like the amount of repetition is what's different.
So Maggie, I'm going to put you on the spot.
Oh boy, here we go.
Why do you think that people are not aware that following directions is an issue with students with dyslexia?
I think because it's more abstract.
Mm-hmm.
The issues are more complex. Often when people think of following directions, yes, as an educator, I am also thinking about written instructions. I am thinking about following directions on an exam. I am thinking about how to write a writing assignment. I'm thinking about things in a more broad context, but I think general public, general parents are thinking about following directions is like, I told my kid to get their coat on, their shoes on, and their backpack, and let's go.
And
they did none of that.
Yes.
They didn't follow my directions,
Yes.
Or I told my kid to clean their room. I went in there and they picked up one stuffy and said they were done.
Mm-hmm.
They're not following directions. One of the old teachers that I used to work with that I have the utmost respect for, he called it speaking in words versus like thinking in pictures, right? Often our human brains like to think in pictures, but we speak in words. Those things are different. So if the picture in my head is that I told my kid to clean his room and I walk in there and it's spick and span and everything's put away and the floor is shining, one, probably not going to happen. That's probably not reality. Two, that's not what I said, right? I said, go clean your room. His idea of a clean room and my idea of a clean room.
Totally different.
They are not the same. They are not the same. And I think it's difficult. It is more complex than people think it is. And why people don't associate it with dyslexia, they're not thinking of dyslexia as an auditory or phonological processing disorder, which it is. They're thinking of dyslexia as only issues with printed words.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's where the surprise element comes from.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I think it's lack of education, right? It's one of the reasons we're as vocal as we are.
Right.
Yeah.
So Maggie, what's happening beyond dyslexia?
Oh boy. Just a lot of things. We are in the middle of summer already, and I kind of can't believe it is the middle
How is that
of summer,
possible?
right? Like we are staring
honestly.
down the 4th of July. As we record this, the 4th of July is coming up. And just kind of getting my head around all of that is a lot.
It is a lot.
It's a lot. What's going on with you, Nicole?
Well, so in 6 months, my lease is up in our car. So my husband has started shopping already. This is where two different people. I am more the thought of, whatever. He needs to, I don't know why we're talking about it already. I really don't want to talk about it anymore.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But it is something that he's very passionate about. And so we have to take in many days of looking at cars. I have to tell you, I don't like buying cars.
No.
It's not my favorite thing to do in the world. And I don't honestly understand half of the things that happen with my car other than it needs to drive forward.
Like there are just things that okay, there's 2 categories of things I don't know about, but I will be interested to learn. I'm like, oh
Yes.
yeah, tell me more. All
Tell
the
me
things.
more, yeah.
That is not. It's not. That does not live in that category.
It
For
does
me.
not. It does
And
not.
I don't.
The type of
care.
engine, yeah, okay, it's an engine. It makes it run,
I
right? That's all I
just
care about.
care.
I need to get from A to B to C.
Yeah, don't
So
don't care.
I just want a safe car. That's my only thing is the rating on it, and if I could put all my stuff and my kids in there.
Yes,
Those are the two things I need to know. So it's been a kind of an interesting time because I know we're going to be doing this for the next 6 months because that's how long before the lease is over.
Oh my gosh.
And my cognitive load is going down because of it.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's so overwhelming. And I also hate the game and the
yes,
negotiation. I don't, some people
calling.
really get they love it. They love the thrill of the hunt, and I love to negotiate, and isn't this fun? And I'm like, no, thank you. I like to have a price, and then I pay that price.
Yes.
I don't want to haggle. That's dumb, and I don't want to.
Yeah.
Not about a car. I just don't. No, thank you. I don't want to do that.
And they're all calling me and asking me. So then I'm just like, okay, here's my husband's number. He's the one. I'm done. I can't
My
do it
capacity for making any more decisions is done. I don't want to.
I don't want
to. Please,
especially knowing that I'm not supposed to make it right now.
Right. We got 6 months, and that's a long time.
Things
can be different
time.
in 6 months, as we well know. Things can be drastically different
in 6 months.
In 6 months.
So there's that.
Yuck. So listeners, if you have any good ideas, email Nicole's husband.
Yes.
Don't email Nicole. She doesn't care about the car. Okay? She's not looking for recommendations. Well, thank you everybody for listening. Please follow us on social media and reach out if you have any questions or you would like us to discuss a topic. If you do like our show, please be sure to follow us and give us a rating on your favorite podcast players. Those ratings is how we reach more listeners, and then we get to help more families. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.